Hey friends, my name is Kozekito and let's hang out together. So back to this Elysium and we just got the corpse, the unalived guy, down from the tree, finally. So before we continue, I really want to remind you guys that you have to like, comment and share this video so that I know that you guys are still interested in this game. It's very long, it's a super long game and I don't want to put out content that you're not interested in. So please like, comment, you can just comment a little heart or an emoji, you don't have to say anything. Just so that I know that you are interested and we can continue this series to completion. Okay, so we got the guy down. We have to go speak to Joyce. I already spoke to her, as I said in a previous video, but I edited it out because I thought the video was long and that was a really stupid idea. So I'm going to add in the first time I spoke with her in this video, so it will look like past me is in this video, but I'm just going to add it just so you don't miss any of the dialogue. Here I already talked to Joyce, so I'm going to add the clip in when I first talked to her, and then we're going to go back to here. Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to help it. Hello.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Look at those garage doors. Just answer some questions, okay?
Ask away, pigman. But I don't promise to answer.
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
You say that, but nobody tells me anything.
Actually, there is a shortage
Yes.
of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Who you?
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hands in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hands over the railing. Shadow on the water, green plants under the calm surface. Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Nice.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
What can you tell about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
I couldn't either for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
How do I negotiate my way out of this?
She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement's credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madam.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, detective.
The lieutenant's voice is hushed. How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Oh, so we're henchmen now.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
I'm sorry for putting us in this situation. I handle it.
I'm sure you will, detective.
Let's get back her then. Let's the bell of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Let's do her later. Let's find this manana person first. Oh, can I? Maybe it's apartments here?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. The
Knock.
door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Knock again.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She turns off, leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Leave. Welcome back. This is the second time we talk to Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
She looks like that aristocratic lady from Aristocats. Oh, I love her. When I get old, I'm going to cosplay her, for sure. Not her, the Aristocats lady. She takes a sip from a silvery thermal cup. Tell me about Wild Pies. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things.
She points to the small dots on the horizon.
And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
Then she points to the east towards the harbor. How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Ooh.
A billion?
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments.
A wave hits the sloop. She grabs the mainstay for balance.
A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Not all sharks needs to move to not die, actually. Some shark species can pump water through their gills. So, I don't like that statement. Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain.
Oh, so this is really old history.
Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavour. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
That's all I need to know about something else.
She nods.
Do you know something about these tattoos? Show her the photo. Poor woman.
That's the man who was killed.
She always takes the photo,
I'm
but
afraid
then
this
stops.
is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something about the tattoos?
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
Don't withhold information from the police, damn it.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Oh. You seem rich, can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy.
What, why
Is it?
not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander.
What?
Squint your eyes, bub.
What nice fabrics.
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too.
Yes, I should make my own goddamn money by now.
Maybe you could ask her for some stock tips. That's a maybe. Or a job. But you're sure as hell too ashamed to ask for cash, buddy.
Fine.
Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
Fine.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Measurehead?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
He looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool!
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
You would think that a guy that's plus sized and has a what's it called? You'd think that a guy that is plus sized with crossed eyes and a nasal voice would be more fair and kind to people who might not be the norm for appearances. That's so rude.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What do you think of Everard?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
That's Everard, alright.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Oh, I remember hearing something about this Edgar.
Have you seen him?
No.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye.
Oh.
He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Oh.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the unit itself outside the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Yeah.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
A giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol. Socialist mob and effective advocate for rights of the local... I would say it's a giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol. Especially since people seems to be afraid and they don't have freedom, they can't speak or... Like that girl we called. What was her name? Sylv. Right. So like that girl Sylv that we talked to, she can't even report a crime because she's afraid of what they will do to her. So like I don't think the people here are happy or free. So I would say a giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
I don't know what to think about that.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That doesn't seem like a working system.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
The workers can't be king, the king is king.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Manjada.
This checks out.
One more thing, you said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Oh.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Sure.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
The scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Oh.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name.
Isn't it bad luck to have a boat or a ship that doesn't have a name?
A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone.
Cool, but your boat really needs a name.
Okay. How about Cordelati 19? Why?
She taps on the side of the boat. It makes a hollow sound.
Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelati, and its hull is 19 paces long.
How about Dolores?
Why Dolores?
I just like the name for some reason.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you for the suggestion.
You're so boring. How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Sassy! Come on, let's have some fun sometimes.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Not a lot of people on boats are
Of
here.
course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
What do you mean, archipelago?
I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not?
Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Ma'am, do you have a license for this boat?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
That's good enough for me.
Why wouldn't it be? This is Revachol, Wayfair Act and all. Anyone can drive a boat.
I think I have a handle on the boat.
Good.
Tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Maybe it was drugs in that loot crate? The crate container thingy that I was suspicious about before.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Amphetamine, maybe?
Meth and dextroamphetamine,
Yeah.
GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrart and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
What do you mean?
The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Oh, she gives you a knowing look.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Ooh.
You'll be indebted to her, in a way, but one step ahead of the Union in another.
Okay, I made up my mind about the smuggling investigation.
Yes?
We'll take this case, probe the driver, and see what it yields.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something.
Hopefully it's the racist one, so we can beat his ass.
It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
She takes another long sip from her seemingly bottomless thermal cup. By the way, I've talked to Everard Clare.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Not at all, not at all.
Finally, time to choose sides.
He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually,
She answers her own question.
corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
She looks at the ground and
The
nods.
position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Yes, girl, let's gossip.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Yes. I feel like maybe we shouldn't pick sides just yet. Because I don't know her. She might be just as bad or badder than Everard. So, like, let's keep our cards close to the chest for now.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat.
Yes, ma'am.
Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Money, no. Thank you, that's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Very polite woman. We like her, don't we? Don't we, Kim? Oh, by the way, when I told the kids earlier that we were gay, he didn't say nothing. He didn't say no. He didn't... Why didn't you say anything? Huh? Look me in the eye, man! He's shy, he doesn't dare to. Okay, so let's look for... I want to go talk to... Everard. I forgot his name. I want to go talk to Everard as well. Just so that we can... Oh, I thought. Just so that we can see if we can further this thing a little bit more. But first, I'm going to check the lorry drivers that Joyce said. The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Which book? This book is about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. A book about boyadero culture. It promotes freedom. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Who you? I never talked to you, did I?
Hello, sir. Step right in.
Pardon?
The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She
Plaisance?
owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide, as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold, can I help you in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
She doesn't know what else to say.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. Pat her head.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
She smiles and stands upright like a little soldier. She's cute! Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
School is stupid, you're lucky not to be there.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Ooh.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed, in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
I don't think curses are real.
They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses.
They're not doomed, but your mother should learn from their mistakes.
Of course, sir.
She doesn't know what else to say. Okay, bye, see you around, Annette. I'm gonna talk to your mother. She doesn't even give you mittens or a hat or anything. What's this? Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Nobody cares. The book collects the natural recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Ooh. Oh, these are so cool insects. Nice.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Look through the displays of books.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Don't be such a bore.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree.
Yeah, very hard.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
Never thought about that before.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Oh god, no.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart
Oh,
Vespertine.
Pete. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. Colorful. Boring. Another boring book, just discarded here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Ooh, look for the shelves.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Aha, interesting.
Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Leave. What's this then?
The plaque
Oh, I
on
missed
the
one.
shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Leave. What's this? It's a map. Is it?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Leave. Good to know that they have maps here though, if I need it. What's this?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Ooh.
There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Hey Kim, do you want to play some Ludo? I love Ludo. Leave. Okay. Ma'am, I need to speak to you about your cold daughter.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Energy.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
That's very odd. Like... What? What? So it's like one of those mosquitoes that's trapped in amber, but it's a fish head? Do I understand that correctly? That's very eccentric for jewelry. A curious pendant you're wearing. Narrow your eyes mysteriously.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
She clutches the pendant and narrows her eyes as well. So are you the owner of this store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
10. She was very cute.
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir.
Oh.
In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Okay, let's change the subject.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Well, good then.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
Alright, I'll have a look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler. I want to go here.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand has closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
What?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in here.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. Ooh, maybe they were.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
I don't care. You can't stop me. I open them. Continue.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Lies. Rip them open, we say.
Hell yeah.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful.
Whatever. Let's open them.
You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket.
Rip them apart. This time for real. Hell yeah.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
And a curtain was containing them, like a little thin fabric thing. Ooh. Look at this shit. Very nice. What's this? Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Oh. No sane person would ever put their head in such a machine. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. You can still be masculine while being feminine. Come on.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of
these
little
talismans?
oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
This reminds me of Twilight Princess when there are a bunch of these little seals on a big weapon and you just mess with it and unleashes a demon.
What if you just break it down?
Maybe I should break it down, but not before I strategize. Okay, it's on 42 now.
That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
Check your
The
surroundings.
room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear.
And what about the door?
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable.
Knock on the door.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Okay. Break down the door. Yes! I'm so lucky lately. Oh, damage shelf. That's no good.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
Hell yeah.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Of course I am. The lieutenant stares at you as you stand there, silent and brooding. Smash into the door again, wordless. Is it gonna take more of my health? No, good. Oh, what's inside? Oh no, my worst fear. What's this? He wants to talk? Can I press him? No, okay, like this.
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at dusty training equipment. Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Oh, smart.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Let's just keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Sounds good.
Yes. Okay, how do I... I'm still gonna hold my... Here we go. Oh, look! Oh, nice! Look, we can see stuff now. Ooh! Ooh! I can see you so good now, friend. Let's look at this. Sand is dripping from the punching bag. Okay, but if it is, how come after all these years it's not empty? Let's go here. The post says Cetius Fortis. The rest is worn off. What's this? Oh, put ball. Thank you. Ball. Hey, watch me bench press.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Hey.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Oh no, head hurts. Noticed collars. Can I do this? Hell yeah. My head still hurts. Look him, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of master would just remove the collars? It would be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating. But it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Leave, I'm not gonna... Ooh. Worn out wall bars, they look unsafe. Yes. Ooh. I really like this flashlight. Did I miss something? No, I didn't. Let's go up. Oh, oh. Oh, what's this? The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Is this? Oh, it continues. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought it was something grotesque. It was just a deer head. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. What is a demijohn? What's up with the music? Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Yeah, that's quite scary actually. Ooh. Oh, mannequins too. No, I was looking at that. Airship rollers covered in spiderweb. They remind you of blades. Ooh. This is nasty stuff. Is the blood on that fabric? Ooh. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Did you hear something? Maybe a raccoon? What's this? Blue velvet, soft to touch, moth bitten. Oh, money! Totally worth it. Cursed money. Should we check here first before we continue into that room? Oh, did I check this? More money! Oh, totally worth going in here. Even if I die, I have cash. Oh, what's this? Some kind of D&D campaign?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space.
What the hell?
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin. Green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
Huh.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little walking creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
It is D&D then. Well, this has been education. Let's move on.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
Yeah.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of
A
nothingness.
note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Leave. It has to be some D&D thing, right? What's this? Some...
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Huh.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Says the lieutenant watching you circle around the machine. He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Press play.
Nothing happens.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Press play again.
Nothing happens.
Looks inside the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Okay, leave. What's this?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
This must be an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like.
Ooh, we have to try that.
All of this is gone, left unrealized.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The lieutenant leans closer, his finger tracking the maddening rhizome? Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else? Squint at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
What's this? A calendar? Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. I told you. Told you it was an RPG. Okay, so that door. Oh, there's several doors here. I feel like that door is the last door I want to go through. Do you want to talk again?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's just a failed business. The only question is what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We Were board game, with hit death thrown in.
Wow, conclude.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
The world is cold and lonely. This will keep it company. Let's finish it.
it's too late for that, I'm afraid.
A half smile breaks out on his face. He says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
He doesn't like rats. Okay. Skis with slipstream printed on the laminated top player. The Steel Rollerblades bearing a slipstream logo. What's this? Production schedule, filament, memory! Take it. We're gonna play some games. But first I'm checking this room. Where am I? This actually seems like the next step now, so I want to take the continue door last. Okay, let's play. Let's play, Lieutenant.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
I don't want to remove it. Press play
A
again.
bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. It's probably some alien CO-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean that glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
You
Continue.
should ask her for a hint.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Continue.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do. Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Thank you and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering.
Okay, so we have to get the password before. Oh. Money! Fuck yeah. I have a lot of money now. Oh shit, oh! That's a big bear. Oh. The wind howls in from the coal chute above. Okay, Oh! Is it a refrigerator? Are you kidding me?
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful.
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim, it's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
Look inside the refrigerator.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
I like ice cream. Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant beer-shaped fridge doing in a abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one wrapper. He studies it in the light. So they try to sell ice cream for this hyper-carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
In this economy, we can't have that. We should put it out for them. Ooh. What's this? Can I reach that? I can. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Oh, there's so much stuff here. Oh, here we go.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box.
Unplug.
An electric sizzle. The room is
Unplug.
something close to you dies with a soft.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why I applied it. I do things without any reasons.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
I didn't want the people to have to pay for electricity. Oh, it's stairs that go up. What's this? Mesh tank top. Why insane? What's this? Money! That's why you press everything. Ah, come on. What the hell is this thing? The wall collapsed.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Okay, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Leave. Oh, so the other stairs goes to the other place. Here then. No, this goes up, not down. What's this?
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney.
Knock on it.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knock on it harder.
Still nothing.
Knock even
No.
harder.
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
Whoops.
Can you please try to refrain from attacking random things?
I can try. Blow me out your Bruce Knuckles.
Thanks. In any case, there's no way we can get in right now. Let's investigate further.
Fine. What's this? Shoes in a puddle. What's that? Postcard. Okay. So let's go down again, I guess. I thought that really was the way up here again, but it wasn't. I want the damn password. Oh, rats. Oh, look. Cute. Where was the door? It was here. They said it was here. Ooh. 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. So I stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Oh, what's this?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Look, there is a hole in the wall. Shine light on the hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do. Look inside.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
Inspect rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This one looks nice. Take the rifle.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
The lieutenant notes with approval. His eyes are gleaming. Leave. Okay, so where did I go? Where was this stair? It was down here, right? Here it was. Where am I? Oh! Did I just... Oh! Oh! Oh, it's started to get late. Oh, wait, I don't need my... Let's move this. I don't need it. The bag I always need, in case I see a litter. Can't handle that. Hello, I talked to your mom and I checked the ghosts.
Again, sir.
Nah. Wonder what the old lady will be saying.
You broke down the back door.
I did.
The wards. The door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop.
Sometimes it's necessary to resort to extreme measures.
I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape.
What are you talking about? It's just a door.
Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house.
Continue.
I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well.
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something with her pendant. Curse, but I thought the curse wasn't real.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman.
She shrugs, visibly dejected.
All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do. But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity?
The entity? No, I don't think so.
Yes, the malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the shape of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she knows more about the curse than she lets on ever since I first saw her.
You mean the chimney that's part of the central furnace?
Yes, I've heard that. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains upstairs. God knows what she's doing there.
Continue.
Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building.
Huh.
And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
That's all. Yeah, so I don't have time for anything else, but it would be really interesting to see what's behind that metal door, and I also want to find the password so we can play the game. Well, that was it for this time, guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and all of that good stuff. It really helps me out with this Disco Elysium Let's Play videos, since this game is 24 hours long, and that's a lot of content, that's a lot of videos. So if you're not interested in this game, I won't pursue it anymore. But if you are, I will of course continue to play this game with you guys. So please let me know that you're interested by liking or commenting. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next video. Stay masculine.